My name is Dr. James Meredith. I'm Chief Engineer for Sustainable Materials here at the University of Warwick, and I'd like to introduce you today to our Waste to Race racing car, which essentially is going to demonstrate some of the sustainable technologies we will see in the mainstream in the next 10 or 15 years, including how we power it from hydrogen from sewage. The project is called Waste to Race. It's a hydrogen-powered racing car, and I suppose we've got many different ideas on this car. It's intended to be a development of our previous sustainable racing car, and we want to try and demonstrate as many sustainable technologies on it as possible, including where we get the hydrogen from. So in this case, we get it from sewage. We have a microbial electrolysis cell, which is actually used for cleaning wastewater. And so when the sewage goes through this process, microbes grown on a carbon fibre substrate will eat the sewage and produce hydrogen during that process. We have a number of sort of interesting materials on the car, from natural fibre composites to cellulose derived from some waste vegetables. And generally speaking, the whole purpose is to try and demonstrate that actually you can do motorsports in a sensible, sustainable fashion using some of these sort of waste materials that we can still prove they've got high performance left in them. So the actual microbial electrolysis cell, it isn't like the sort of Back to the Future where you have a little thing on the back of the car you just tip your sewage into. We do the generation of hydrogen off the car. We then produce the hydrogen, compress it. That's then available to fill the tank in the car, and then that hydrogen is burnt in an internal combustion engine in the car. All sorts of waste streams can be used to actually generate real value, and if sewage is something you can do this sort of a beneficial process, which is both cleaning the water and producing some sort of useful byproduct as well, then fantastic. Here we have a natural fibre and carbon fibre material, and you can see it's actually made up like a patchwork quilt of small pieces, because essentially there's a lot of post-industrial waste which normally would end up in landfill, but actually we can use it still to make valuable parts. Some of the technologies we've got on the car, so essentially if you squeeze a vegetable, what's left at the end is the sort of cellulose fibres, the sort of mulch you get. So you can use those cellulose fibres mixed with another resin to make a reinforced composite material. So we've made some components out of that. We have natural fibre composites, we have recycled carbon fibre composites, we're using, in the motors contain recycled magnets. The battery itself we've recovered from essentially a crashed another car, a road car, which we can, once that battery is sort of reached the end of its life in a road car, we can take the cells out of it and we can run them at a much higher rate in a racing car, so we can get a lot more performance out of the battery. We have a steering wheel. This is a 100% bio-sourced steering wheel. You can notice the oak around the outside, but nevertheless functional and good for use.
Into your recycling processes, you should have a more high quality product coming out of them as well, so from where they currently stand, and by and large that's because of the poor quality that comes out. They're trying to bring that to the UK and wanted to know where we've got to, and was interested in possibly...
What was the best performing one of those materials that was used in that test?
It was a cashew nut shell, or is that with maize husk?
Maize
no,
husk?
not maize, melon shell.
Wow.
That he was able